Hey, hello, and welcome back to my AuthorTube channel. I am Ashley, and today is going to be another writing vlog. So I literally just finished the last vlog that you guys are going to see, and we're just going to continue on. I felt like it was going to be a lot to add into the tail end of one vlog, so we're just going to start another vlog because why not? It's always fun. In today's vlog, at least for this first half, what I want to focus on, we are starting chapter 12. Which is very exciting, but chapter 12 is either going to be the last chapter in Act 1 or the second to last chapter in Act 1. I need to go back and read a few of the chapters leading up to where we are right now. Jot down some ideas for a brief outline of what I want the rest of the smaller details to happen in Act 1. Not necessarily tying up loose ends, but keeping track of my subplots and this main plot, where these characters are going and where I want them to end, so then when we start Act 2, we can just dive right into it. This was something I did a couple of vlogs ago and it worked really well. I'm not stuck currently, but I decided to do this when I did get stuck. When I got stuck a couple of weeks ago, I went back and read a few of the chapters, got some ideas and some momentum of where I wanted the story to go. I jotted down more specific things that were more like scene based versus overall chapter based. And the reason I did this is because my story outline is very vague and it pretty much just follows that main plot of the story. I need to get into the nitty-gritty of the story and not just touching the surface. That's what I'm going to work on for this first half and try to get some good momentum for where I want the rest of this story to go. Currently, my characters, they are at a point where they went to visit this village. The village was very run down and a lot had happened in this small village. And the reason I wanted to include this part is because of the exterior and what has led to this one village in this kingdom to being run down and not as healthy as my characters were told. They're supposed to be in a kingdom that is thriving and is just doing awesome. They're like at the top of their game. So then why is there this village where people are dying and you have a bunch of children running around and there are no adults? The government plays a big part in this story, where the government is lying to the people that they are training and wanting to be the protectors of this kingdom. So we're getting the other side where the kingdom that they're from and the higher ups, I'm calling it the crown, you know what I mean, like government system. I don't really have a term for that quite yet, but pretty much the crown, the government, the higher ups, they are trying to hide things. I'm hoping that this just adds an extra layer to the mystery and then how the government is having a big sway over this kingdom and the people in it. Hopefully I'm doing a good job with portraying this. I feel like there's a lot that's going on in this story. It's funny because I talked with my critique partner a couple of days ago. We were working through her story and she had said too that she felt like she had a lot that was going on in her story, but she had been watching a few movies and she was trying to just get some inspiration and pick up on what is going on in a movie and the movies that she was watching. And she was like, I never realized how much information was actually given in movies and just in the first act of a movie or a book or whatever. That whole point being is I also feel like I've got a lot going on in this story, but it all circles back to one thing. I think it's all right. It's fine for now. We're just having fun. Draft 1, baby. So it's all good. Right now, what I want to do is work a little bit more on my story. We're at almost 30 minutes for writing for today, but what would be exciting, I mentioned this in my last vlog and I kind of left y'all hanging with that. So in my last vlog, I had mentioned that at the end of the week, which today is July 16th, which is the end of the second week in my camp goals. So far this week, I have written 4 days. So I've already hit my daily goal for the week, but if I can write for another 30 minutes or work on my story for another 30 minutes, I will hit my hourly goal for the week, which is 4 hours in the entire week. I think we can do it.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost.
So I spent 15 minutes going through the last few chapters. I started on chapter 8 and read all the way through. I also revisited the notes that I had taken a couple of weeks ago. They were notes when I was stuck on Act 1 and actually in chapter 8. So I guess after chapter 7, that was when I had gotten stuck, but I wasn't quite sure the direction that I wanted the story to go. So I revisited those notes. I reread chapters 8 through 11. We're good. We have a great ending to this first act. I think we can squeeze all of what I want into chapter 12. In this next chapter, what I want to accomplish to gear up for Act 2. I want to do a little bit more world building. And with this world building, this is just more of a fun thing that I wanted to add into the story, and it's not necessarily adding. So with this story taking place in the middle of a swamp or a very swampy area, it's also very hot and very muggy and just gross, right? If you live near a swamp or if you live in an area that's like this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When it rains, especially through the night and then you wake up the next day, it's like a weird, hot, misty type feeling in the air. I want to add this into the world because it's going to play a part into the magic. We're going to throw something like that into this. The main plot of the story, which is my main character's brother missing and she's trying to find him, so she has to jump through all these hoops to actually try to get to him. I know you're not supposed to start a chapter off with a flashback or a dream, but I feel like we're far enough into the story where I can do that. I haven't done it yet. We're on chapter 12. We're gearing up to end Act 1. Right now, we're going to start this next chapter with a dream. And the reason I am choosing to do this right now, we need more connection with my main character and her brother. Since the brother has been missing through the whole thing and we haven't gotten anything besides the prologue that I haven't written, since we haven't gotten too much of who her brother is and their relationship other than a couple of things that have been sprinkled throughout, I want to do a dream with the brother. So we're going to kick off chapter 12 with a dream, and then it could also, because we're doing the world building with the rain, that could be part of the reason why you're getting dreams like this. Like, could the dreams and with the rain have a correlation? Who knows? The author doesn't really know, but it sounds good, right? Right? After we get this dream with the world building, I want the rest of this chapter to have them quickly make it back to their academy, their place that they were supposed to meet after they were assigned this task. And one of the characters that was killed earlier, I'm thinking I want their body to have been found, which is not going to be good for my main character. It's just going to add another layer of oh my. Once all of that happens and they make it back and this body has been found, I do want another secret to be revealed. So that's what we have. And I think I can put it all into one chapter. If I need to put it into another chapter, I think I could find a good break to do that. I could have them just arrive back to their academy, the place they were supposed to meet up, and have it revealed that this other body was found, and then break into the next chapter and then have a conversation about that and the cliffhanger from this chapter, and then reveal a second secret that I don't think I've talked to you guys too much about, but I'm kind of figuring that out as I go. So I don't have much to share because I don't really know. So I think that's what we've got going on. I would like to write today, but it's almost 1 p.m. I need to work on other things, but I have geared myself up for the next time I dive into this story. Hopefully I can dive into it a little bit later today or later tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I have to stay up all night because I worked tomorrow. Sunday. I'll check in with you guys later, some other time. Hopefully I've made some progress, a little bit of progress into chapter 12. Hello, welcome back to the vlog. It has been several days since I've updated you guys. It's Wednesday, July 20th, and it's a little past 4:30. I woke up about an hour ago. I worked last night. I slept for like maybe 5 hours, and here we are. I have my oatmeal with some honey and strawberries. I don't quite remember the last update that I gave you guys, but I will make this one short and sweet. I have not written anything since the 16th. On Sunday is when we start a new week for my weekly goals. Since I have not done any writing this week, I need to write tonight. I had thought about going live for a little while. I'd asked a couple of my writing friends if they were going to be available to do some sprints online. I think one or two of them said that they would be available if I decided that I wanted to go live, but writing and today what we've got going on, I desperately need to clean my kitchen. But instead of doing that, because as an adult and as somebody who is going to be procrastinating because I don't want to clean my kitchen, what I need to do instead is I would like to edit a video and do a little bit of writing so I can start catching up for the week. What else? So since I haven't written anything this week, I don't really have anything to update you guys on in the writing department. However, I do remember, as I'm talking, I'm remembering this, that we finished chapter 11 on the 16th, so I'm not sure what day that was, maybe Saturday. And then I did a little bit of brainstorming for Act 2. And I was like so very, very close to hitting my hourly goal. I remember I was super excited about it and I knew that I was going to do it. I did not get to do it, unfortunately. I did write in a total of 3 hours and 46 minutes. That's the most that I have written in a week since I've been keeping track. What I'm loving about keeping track of all of this is, since I'm not technically keeping track of words right now, keeping track of doing it the hours and doing the number of sprints and seeing how many sprints I can do in a day and all of that fun stuff. It's been really fun to see that. I was thinking about this the other day, that I almost feel like I'm prepping myself for NaNoWriMo. I feel like at the rate that I'm going, if I keep pushing myself a little bit more each week, but pushing myself within what I know I can handle, I feel like I could have a really good chance of maybe not winning Nano, because I really can't see myself, at least right now, writing 50,000 words in a week. That just, or in a week. Yeah, I could never do that. But in a month, I just don't think that could be something. I think it could be something eventually, but if I did NaNoWriMo this year, which I know that's in November and we still have plenty of time to worry about that, I do think that what I've been doing and prepping for it, I feel like I would have a good shot at getting further in NaNoWriMo than I have in the past. I'm feeling pretty good about how I've been tracking my writing and the progress that I've been making over the last couple of weeks. So that's all I wanted to say. Really, I need what I need to do. I know I want to write, but if I'm going to do sprints later on, I should probably go ahead and edit a video now, or start editing a video. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I have been reading Shadow and Bone. I posted that on my Instagram story. I am almost finished with the book, and I feel like this is the fastest I've read a book in a very long time. I'm starting to ramble now, so I'm going to finish my oatmeal, honey, and strawberries and edit a video, and I'll see you guys soon. I was not planning on vlogging tonight. Pardon the glasses, and the lighting's not gonna be really good in these next few clips, but whatever, it's fine. It is Wednesday, the 27th of July, and it's a little past 8 o'clock in the afternoon, or night. I am getting food delivered because I'm gonna be home alone for, I guess, like the next couple of hours, and I wasn't expecting that. So here we are. I have my drink. I'm going to do a little bit of night writing. I need to update you guys of what I did last week, but to be totally honest, I'm not gonna do that right now because I just want to write. I'm not going into the details. I want to do that tomorrow morning when I do like my morning like sit down and recap with you. I haven't been the most productive within the last like week and a half, and there are some reasons for that, which I will talk about tomorrow. I worked last night and then I slept for like 4 hours, and I've been up since 3:30-ish, and I did a little bit of writing. I ended up doing one 20-minute sprint and one 15-minute sprint, which was fantastic. It kind of pulled me out of that weird funk that I was in. We're going to continue that streak before it fades. Honestly, we might be able to finish Act 1 in this vlog because I plan on vlogging. Well, I didn't plan on vlogging tonight. I planned on just writing. Food is supposed to be here in like 20 minutes, so I think what I can do is go ahead and sneak in one 20-minute sprint before food gets here, eat, and then write some more. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna jump into it. So I'll check in with you guys later. I wasn't exactly sure how many updates I was gonna give you tonight with really bad lighting, but this will probably be the last one until I see you guys in the morning. I am so close to finishing this chapter. I'm still on chapter 12, and I'm so close. And honestly, I think this chapter is going to be the last chapter in Act 1. And the reason I think this is because everything seems like it's wrapping up pretty nicely with where they're at and where I wanted them to be in Act 1, where I think I can make it happen for them to go ahead and start their journey for Act 2 in the next chapter. Originally, I wasn't sure if that was going to be possible in this same chapter. I think it's going to be possible, at least for the first draft. Now, do I like what's happening? I do. Yes. It's not what I was expecting to happen. In one of the other vlogs, I had mentioned that I felt like the events that were happening weren't quite what I was looking for, but the vague idea of they need to get out and they need to do this, I feel like I'm getting that action correct. But I feel like the way that they're going about it may not be the most effective for the story, but I also feel like how I have it is fine, because when I have a complete first draft, I will know what certain actions I want to happen at certain parts. And obviously I need to finish a first draft in order to know exactly what those are going to be. And since I'm still very new to writing and to finishing drafts and learning how I do things and my own process, I'm still learning. I'm always going to be learning. That's one thing that I am noticing, is a lot of the actions and a lot of the things that my characters are doing may not be exactly what I want, but I'm still getting the vague idea of the gist of the story. You know what I mean? I want to do at least one more sprint. I really want to finish this chapter tonight. I really just want to push through, and then tomorrow we could start the next chapter or figure out what to do. This will be the final update for tonight, and I will check in with you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. I feel like we were just here in the last clip. It's because we were. It's a new day. It's Thursday, July 28th. While I wake up, I want to talk about last week. So last week was the second week in my goals for July for Camp Nano. And last week it was not a very productive week. I only wrote one day last week, and that was on the 20th. To be totally honest, if I did not schedule my live stream and do some writing sprints live with a couple of my buddies, I probably would not have written last week. We have like those highs and those lows, and last week was a low. I mean, everything's fine, but there was a lot that went on, especially like in my personal life with my job, and it made it difficult to concentrate for the rest of the week. Even though I didn't work for the second half of the week, it just really put a wrench in my life. I had to deal with that, and I always try so hard not to let my work life affect my personal life, and vice versa, my personal life affect my work life. And in my personal life, I also include writing with that too, because writing is a big part of my personal life. Sometimes it just gets beyond us, and I didn't have the best week, but I was happy that I was able to get those 2 writing sessions done with 2 of my writing friends while we did the live stream on my channel. And that was last Wednesday, which was the 20th. We did 2 30-minute sprints, but I didn't write for the full 30 minutes. I know, calling myself out. I only counted like 25 minutes for each of those sprints. So last week I only wrote for a total of 50 minutes, and it's fine. I feel like I could be more disappointed in myself, especially coming off of a week where I almost wrote for 4 hours in a whole week, and that would have been my first time ever. I was so close. Then the week that followed was the week that I only wrote for not even an hour. But we have those highs and we have those lows. I'm not beating myself up about it too much because it happens. The best way to get through it is to be understanding with yourself, with myself, and to know that sometimes life just happens and it's going to be okay. When the week resets on Sunday, which was this past Sunday, I knew it was going to be a better week, and it was so far. I've only written one day this week. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. I just woke up, I don't know, like 30 minutes ago. So I don't have a big update to give you guys for what went on last week, because quite frankly, not a whole lot went on last week. But that's fine, since I'm still learning a lot about my writing process and me as a writer. I feel like I'm learning when to push myself and then when to give myself that time off. For a while, I had been getting a lot of work done within a week, almost hitting my weekly goal of 4 hours, constantly hitting my goal of 3 days. I did that pretty much for a solid almost 2 months, I believe. I think I am learning about my writing and learning that I can go really strong for like 3 weeks and then I should take a break. I should take a week off and then dive back into writing. Even taking that week off. I don't think it put us behind. I don't think I'm going to be hitting that high goal of getting halfway through Act 2. It's fine. My big goal, overall goal, I had those 2 big overall goals, which was to write 4 hours in a week or for 3 days, or to finish Act 1. And I know we're gonna finish Act 1. I'm feeling really confident that we can finish Act 1 today. Let's finish my coffee and finish my water, and I'll get back to you. For you guys, no time has passed. But for me, it's about 10:30. I want to give you guys the rundown of what I would like to do today, and then we're gonna do it. I have been listening to a playlist. I say it's a playlist, but it's a very long YouTube video. It's an hour of the Shire music from The Lord of the Rings, and it gives me so much nostalgia of my childhood. It's still one of my favorite films of all time. It just made me think about my childhood, which was a good thing. I'll leave that video linked in the description box below if you love the music from the Shire and it just gives you a nice bubbly feeling. So today, Thursday, July 28th, I want to spend the morning writing. So until about 1 o'clock, I would like to write and then do a few personal things. So that's what we have today. It's a pretty easy, chill day. There's a good bit to get done, but since it's a little past 10:30, we still have plenty of time to get everything done. We can definitely make some good progress. I think we'll be able to finish Act 1 today. I would love to. Maybe within the first 2 sprints. Maybe that's what we should push for. I can feel myself slowly but surely inching my way to the end of Act 1. There are a couple of things that have happened, well, more than a couple, but there are a few things that have happened in Chapter 12 that I'm not 100% sure if I like it. It does have to do with the magic system and world building. I'm not 100% sure if I like this. I think I have a good idea. It just might have to be a little more fleshed out. After I finish the first draft, I can go back and fix it a little bit. I think we have officially finished Act 1, which is so very exciting. There's been a lot that's happened in the story. There's been a lot that's happened that I don't want to say I didn't expect, because everything that's happened, I've wanted it to happen because it's been in the outline. But since my outline was so vague originally, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to be connecting the dots for the story. So there's one thing that happened with one of the characters. One of the characters gets left behind and they're supposed to be like captured. I don't know if I exactly want that because I wanted this character, so I'll see how that goes. And if I feel like I need this character later on, because I believe I had them throughout the rest of the story, I can just add them back in and pretend that them getting captured never happened. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how everything plays out as we continue to write for Chapter 13, but for Act 2 and 3. We'll see what happens. Or if anything, the character can be non-existent for Act 2, but then maybe at the end in Act 3, I can bring them back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think Act 1 is entirely too long. I think for the first half of Act 1, when I start working on the second draft, I need to start closer to the inciting incident. That's what I think needs to happen. What I have now is fine, but I think I dragged Act 1 out a little too far. I think it was all because I was trying to discover the world. Oh, my battery's about to die. Hang on. Okay, new battery. I told myself I was going to remember what I was saying. I don't quite remember, but I think it was just me talking about Act 1 being a little bit longer than I thought, but it was because I was discovery drafting the world and the magic system. That's all stuff that we needed to know, but I think I took too many words to describe these things that happened. I don't think I did any info dumping. I mean, I probably did. It's draft 1. It's fine, whatever. It was more of if I got into the groove of describing something, it was like a paragraph or 2, but maybe it was more frequent than I thought. And it also could have been maybe I repeated the same thing a few times. It's all fine. That's why we edit novels. That's why we condense things, and it'll be okay. That's why we write multiple drafts. I feel good about it. I know there is a story in there somewhere, and I know that the story has potential. I guess I never filmed an outro, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel and you want to be part of my writing journey, please be sure to subscribe. I will see everybody in my next video. Bye.